Lil KRIZAN, KRIZAN. I like to talk to you about the BS that goes through my brain while traveling alone. To be you for good for being you. Knowing the locals, we sing in Gjirokastra, we conquer COVID, we climb to 40 saints, as well as saying goodbye to the locals of Saranda. You know, me homies. When the city is basically dead because you shouldn't be out. Curfew was taken seriously in Saranda. Unless you're walking, unless you're out in some of the bars that weren't meant to be open at the time, but they were, you know? I ain't gonna name them. Oh yeah. Some traditional Albanian food. What are they called? I don't know. It's like naturale. Let's go to Gjirokastra. Why? Because I sing. Hey. We're starting now and I'm so excited. I'm so grateful for my life. Back in Greece of 2019 that I did gigs, and it's not my usual type of gig because normally I play with a band. And can I just say, normally the person is up the front singing and everyone's around dancing, standing. But I don't know if it was the restrictions or anything like that. Everyone was just seated, dancing in their chairs. Oldie actually warned me before you went up, make sure you don't go up too close to the people. Just kind of sing back, even sing just with me. Just don't go up too close. What do? I'm singing next to the person. Like their head is here, I'm here, you know? And I'm like singing into their camera because most of the time they're doing stories. And then some guy came up and kissed me on the cheek and you know, you're hugging people and all this kind of stuff. And oh my God. Sonia and Erald came to my first gig to support me. Knowing the locals. Good morning, Gjirokastra. By the way, the old town is UNESCO World Heritage Site, okay? Stay here forever. Now this is definitely a sight to see. Go to this castle. The views from up there are just as you saw. If you could see what I see. My skin is dry, it's cold, I love it, but I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to see one of the biggest castles in Albania here in Gjirokastra. I am grateful to the Albanians I've met. Dude, this is all about it. This is what happens when you know the locals, man. I'm just saying. I love beans, especially in Albania, and especially the white beans from Korça. Spartak, who's playing the guitar, he always wanted me to sing when I went to his restaurant. And he was well-traveled like me, and he had a very similar mindset to me. About a month after leaving Albania, I had found out from Sonia that he had passed from COVID. To Spartak's family, from the bottom of my heart, condolences for your loss. And especially to Spartak. Rest in peace. Every time I want to hop out, people come. And I'm shy, I have to admit I'm shy when it comes to hopping out of the water. I don't know if you can see them, but they're a lovely family. I reach my limit and then people come, and then I'm in the water for like another 30-40 minutes, if not an hour. Ooh, it's game. Funny story, that is actually lucky. Remember when I was saying just a little earlier about, mingling with the audience? Well, it turns out I got COVID. I thought it was because of my swimming, because I had been swimming for nearly 2 hours in really cold water. Remember, we in January. I did the gig on Saturday night, and it was on Tuesday that I started to feel symptoms. If you don't know about it, check. During that period, Sonia was bringing me food, and she just never failed to give me cakes. We happening. This was the first day out of my apartment and walking around Saranda. I seriously was just reflecting on my life, man. I'm so grateful for my life because I just went through COVID and I was in self-isolation for 19 days. Olti's family own a bakery in Saranda. It is literally the biggest burek I've ever had. I'm talking about the burek, right? Don't be... I really wanted to see 40 Cents before leaving. I met this lady along the way and we had just a quick conversation, and she was like commending me on my Albanian. Hello. I honestly love 40 Cents. There's something spiritual about 40 Cents. Last moment with my musical bro. She knows I love cake. It's ridiculous. I'm proper excited because I really wanted to see this bruv like before I left, and even though he was just kind of like, I'm a guy, I'm not emotional, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss you, dude, because seriously, Erald is a proper genuine bloke. Happy Valentine's. Us singletons.
Being amongst people.
The power went out around Saranda. It was like a 2 a.m. drive. We weren't even meant to be out at that time, but we were. That was my DL and bank card. I had been waiting forever for that. Where you receive letters and where you receive packages over in Saranda are very two different areas. Why didn't you come and get it 2 weeks earlier? Because it arrived 2 weeks earlier. Like I even knew where this place is. You have to be a local to know where the place is to get the right things. You know what I mean? It's like, why do you guys not have signs, letters collected from here? Oh yeah, last day. May, oh my gosh. I left her with Sonia. I have no idea if Sonia still got her. I should probably message her and check. Anyways, I passed around last night with the ladies and so inside. You can't see them, but they really are there. They didn't want to be filmed, which I respect. You know, I'm just saying they're there somewhere. Shouldn't be out. Oh my gosh, that beanie. Pwee. Seriously, the most awkward hug on the planet. Last time looking at the view, and I gotta say, this view saved me so much during my time in Saranda. Saranda, we're off. Thank you and goodbye. Knowing the locals helps you to experience a certain side of the country that you would never have experienced if it wasn't for meeting the locals. I wouldn't have been able to sit here today and reflect on my time in Albania and say to you that it was magical if it wasn't for the locals. So knowing the locals is absolutely vital wherever you go. Sometimes you might not have a chance to meet any. If ever you have an opportunity to jump into a conversation with a local and get to know a local, do it. And you will find that you will learn so much about them and about yourself. So knowing the locals, singing in Gjirokastra, conquering COVID, climbing to 40 Saints, as well as saying goodbye to my mates in Saranda. I'm sitting here before you now and saying I'm super grateful for my life. If you like this vid, go ahead and click the thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe. Click the bell at the very end. Why? So you are reminded of when my madness is next released. KRIZAN, KRIZAN. Stay healthy.